It is a gorgeous night at Strobel Field for opening night of the 2022 high school football season. And for our 33rd consecutive year, it is time for the game of the week to let it roll.
Rolling down Highway 95, sailing through a hometown countryside. Move on over, stand aside, my cruise control and overdrive. Need to take my baby for a ride. Ooh, she's like a smooth stretch of highway. Ooh, like a cool summer breeze. If my motor's running right, or we might lose control tonight. Got the shape I love to squeeze, looks that bring me to my knees. Oh please, let it roll tonight.
North Coast Game of the Week. Let it roll. Hi, Ma. Hi, Dad. Love you.
Thanks, Tom, and hello, everyone. Welcome to our 33rd season of our North Coast Game of the Week. TW Teleproductions ready to roll with our season opener with the Sandusky Blue Streaks hosting the Holland Springfield Blue Devils from Strobel Field at Cedar Point Stadium. And it's been 16 years in the makings, but now a brand new coach for Sandusky High School, and that, of course, is Lucas Pajali. There's a great memory for Larry Cook. There's the seat that he sat in every week to watch Blue Streak football after his retirement. And now we say in memory of the beloved Coach Cook, the winningest coach in Sandusky High School history and the long legacy of Sandusky High tradition. His memory lingers on. You'll hear more about that a little bit later on. But for right now, you're looking at what is opening night on August 19th, and a great night for the debut of former Blue Streak quarterback Lucas Pajali as head coach of the Streaks, coming back home once again and trying to return this team to the top of the league once again. There's Lucas on the right, and you're looking at the head coach of the Blue Devils, Jerry Bell, on the left-hand side. And our pregame is brought to you by Noble Crafts in downtown Sandusky at Marketplace at the Cook, right in the heart of downtown. Some great scenery in the sky as the sun shines on those clouds off in the eastern horizon. As we got these two teams getting ready on what is just a fabulous night. Jim Caldwell, our radio partner, John Cornwell, one of his former coaches, Dale Sarter. I tell you, this is just going to be like old friends night, alumni night, with the memorial for Larry Cook. As I was looking down at the sidelines between the first and second quarters, it's like we're at Larry's funeral all over again. So many people paying respects, as they do on the helmet as well, during the entire 2022 high school football season. Your fan of the week is for Snow Trails Winter Resort. They're located in Mansfield. We'll expand it out to call it your fans of the week, looking through some of that Blue Streak tradition that is in the program, the records, the pictures, and the highlights of 2022 around Sandusky High. Your fans of the week for Snow Trails Winter Resort, located in Mansfield.
Smile, you're on Whaley Productions. You're on TW Teleproductions. Whoa, let's go this way and turn it up.
Meanwhile, Jim's still trying to figure out how to work this thing after like 30 years. Eventually it would work, though. I know. It went on the radio like nobody ever knew it. If it weren't for TV, nobody ever knew Jim would ever struggle with that stuff. There's the scene from up high and now from down low, looking up into the stands, where we had a nice opening night crowd. We remember the days, of course, as Mary Huth, our fan of the week, is featured as well. The days when the stadium would be packed to the rim with fans, and at the Fremont game they bring stands in the end zones to accommodate even more people. But that was then, this is now, and these guys bringing their own bit of tradition to Sandusky High School football, as the band is as well, as they usher in the 2022 season with a Blue Streak Fight song. And our pregame brought to you by Noble Crafts, Craft Tavern and Shop in downtown Sandusky and Marketplace at the Cook. Well, the pageantry of opening night is always something special. When you have a great night like this to enjoy it, why not? Here we go, gang. If you're ready, we're ready. Let's let it roll. Your North Coast Game of the Week is all set. First quarter brought to you by Old Fishin', the Old Fish House with knickknacks, snacks, and BS Facts located in Huron. And this is over at the Sandbar looking at, I know this is the sunset because Tom doesn't get it early enough to see the sun rise like that. There's no way. Here's first-year head coach Lucas Pajali. And it was really cool when I walked into the stadium the other night. It was about 5 o'clock. And Lucas is just walking laps around the field, and he had a young man with him. Come to find out, it ended up being Jason Henlon, the quarterback, as Amir Aaron runs back the opening kick. But just walking around the field and talking about what to expect that night and how the night was going to unfold. Streaks have to replace over 70% of their offensive output from last year, but what you're going to see right here is just a whole lot of different folks getting in on the act. Right off the bat is the starting tailback, Javion Johnson, a senior. Very rarely will we be saying senior when it comes to skilled kids in the lineup this year because most of them are underclassmen. Javion toting the senior baggage early in the campaign and picking up the first down of the game on the second play of the contest as he follows his blockers left side. You see Aaron on that nice kick out. And then Johnson doing some stepping through of his own and carrying for 10 yards on our second look for Matthews Ford at our first down of the year. We've seen Johnson going left, Johnson going right, back and forth and in between. And now young sophomore Jason Henlon, first pass of the year. A safe one, but Johnson losing his footing on the turf. Henlon, a 5'11", 165-pound sophomore. First got a look at him last year playing freshman basketball. The ball knocked down and incomplete, meaning the Blue Streaks would have to kick it away on 4th down and 13. This is Johnson also who will be doing the punting duties for the Big Blue this year. Left footer. Boots out a pretty decent punt, which Springfield will take and be down on their own 39-yard line. Landon Parker on the stop for the Streaks, and Springfield will take over on their own 39-yard line. Cameron Tall, receiver on the first play from scrimmage, and then a holding penalty actually on this one would actually bring this play back and make it a 2nd down and 17. This young man right here has brought what the staff and players alike are all calling a brand new culture to Sandusky High football this year. And we'll see how quickly it takes root. Struggling catch by Ball that time. Tall, 5'8" sophomore for Springfield. Something about sophomore skilled players on the field this year. This quarterback is Will Scott. He's a 6'2", 190-pound junior. Good size for their junior left-hander. Tough pass to throw right there as he rolls right. Trying to get those shoulders square, throwing with the left hand is tough. Little the inspiration of Coach Rankin. Kenny, been a fixture around Sandusky High football for a long time. That kick just barely getting away. So Sandusky gets good field position in which to start this drive on the Springfield 46-yard line. Henlon on the play fake. Off into the flats for Demarion Westbrook. And Westbrook, great carry deep into Springfield territory, but there's an unfriendly part of this play, and I don't know if you're going to see it in this shot or not, but there's the play fake, and nicely executed, except for the fact that somebody decided to hold in the middle of all of this mess. So instead of being down close to the 20-yard line, the Streaks will get moved out and make it a first down and 15. Now second down and 12 after one of the many sophomores will have their hands on the football in this game, Landon Parker. Going in and out of the arms of Dre Campbell. And he'd turn upfield just a little bit too quickly. It brings up third down and 12. And that's what you call a first down conversion. Going right back to Campbell, the young man who dropped the previous pass. So many coaches love to do that, quarterbacks too. Get it right back in his hands again. So after the first down, Campbell carries for a 1-yard loss. It's second down and 11 on the Springfield 35-yard line. Ellen on the pass play to Rocco D'Amico. Rocco would absorb a nasty hit later on in this ballgame. Oh, wait till you see that. A fourth down and 4 for the Streaks on the Springfield 28. So here's the first big call of the year for this brand new head coach and his staff. Special thanks to these local businesses on your North Coast Game of the Week. On the rollout, here's Henlon, turning it into a running play. Henlon would pick up 11 on 4th and 4, so the Streaks keep the series alive on the Springfield 17-yard line. Get a 6-yard run from Campbell to make it second down and 4. Jamarian Alexander, he's a junior, 5'9", 175 pounds. You heard extra whistles blowing. That's because a holding call brings it back to the 21 where it's second down and 14. And watch the athletic quarterback of the Blue Streaks. Henlon, close to a first down, picks up 13. It would make it third down and 1 on the 8-yard line. Key pickup right there for the young sophomore quarterback of the Blue Streaks. Just needs one. And he had that and a few more down to the 2-yard line, where it'll be first down and goal for the Streaks. Another look for Matthews Ford. Jason Henlon on that designed quarterback rollout, and then he does a nice job of finding the hole, cutting it up, and gaining 6 all the way down to the 2. This is Jamarian Alexander, and there's your first 6 of the year for the Blue Streaks. It's a happy bunch of Blue Streaks watching that 2-yard touchdown run by Alexander. Henlon on the handoff. Good blocking, and again, Henlon absorbs a little bit of a hit at the goal line, but way too late. Now we look at the extra point placement for Sam Didion, and that one sailed a little bit to the left, so the score stays at 6-0. 11 plays and 46 yards, taking 4 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock. And on that drive, the Blue Streaks overcame a pair of holding calls. Now the Blue Streak defense going to work. Good pressure, forcing the incomplete pass. Landon Parker right there on the coverage for the Streaks. Kanye Peak covering that incompletion. So now Springfield again forced to kick it away. Well, that wasn't a good idea to let that ball roll. And now the Streaks are pinned all the way back on their 3-yard line. Start out with a 6-0 lead. Thanks to the following businesses for their support of the North Coast Game of the Week. It's Matthews Ford, Cook Aluminum, Hermes Parker Concrete, Noble Fun, Steinemann Hafner Insurance, Payne Nichols and Company, Sandusky Steel and Supply, Gnome's Podiatric Medicine. Steve Streaks from deep at their own end of the field. When you've got to start at your own 3 and you can get 5 in the first play, you'll take that. Jamarian Alexander. Henlon on the rollout, well covered that time by Springfield. And number 6, Cruz Martinez. He stops Henlon short of a first down, so it's 3rd down and 2, and Henlon trying to go for the big one, and tosses it just over the outstretched arms of Xander Young. So from deep in their own territory, they give possession to Springfield on the 41-yard line.
At this time, we'd like to thank
Hey, there's Charlie Floor, radio crew, and former principal Dan Pajali in the background, the dad of current coach Lucas Pajali. And what a great administrator Dan was over his years in his career at Sandusky High. Well, there's an encroachment call to make it 1st and 5. And because of that defense of the Blue Streaks, it's going to be 2nd down and 5. Young defensive line for Sandusky holding its own early. This will be the first real big play that they've seen against them. That's just a great athletic move by Xavion Penrice to get free to a 19-yard pickup and a 1st down as our first quarter comes to a close. This is the special memorial plaque being presented for display at Strobel Field at Cedar Point Stadium in memory of former head coach Larry Cook, and that plaque says it all. Look at that all-star cast.
Champions Division 1 in 1988.
Coach Cook's brother.
Thank you so much. Ray, pick it up. Get done. Ray, come on, pick it up.
Thank all of you guys. You made it all happen. He loved all of you, I know that. Thank you so much.
At the sidelines will be featured here at Strobel Field.
Thank you guys.
In
You want to
honor of
turn around
Coach
and want a
Cook.
picture?
And that was kind of the mantra of head coach Larry Cook. He loved them all. Restore Pro Disaster Cleanup and Restoration set to bring you tonight's second quarter from Strobel Field at Cedar Point Stadium, where the Streaks hold a 6-0 lead going into the second 12 minutes of play. Nothing like a Lake Erie sunset, I'll tell you, folks. We've seen a lot of them, but nothing beats the Lake Erie variety. Springfield starting on the blue streak, 35 with a first down in the second quarter. Well, the Blue Streak defense making a stand early in the second quarter. And now Amir Aaron gets his turn. A little swing pass out into the flats for 10 yards and a Blue Streak first down out to their 42-yard line. That's Alexander. Forward for 9 more as the Streaks got to start ripping it off in chunks right here. Alexander again, same play. Keep running until they stop it. That's the old adage. Jamarian Alexander and his front wall going to work. Nice inside block being led by Race Klein of the Streaks. A very promising play will come back because of an ineligible receiver downfield. When the quarterback takes a little bit more time to throw the ball, that's when the discipline of your offensive line really comes into account. And 1st and 15, Henlon buys some trouble, can't get out. It's a 10-yard loss. It's now 2nd down and 25. But you know, at a 2nd down, you don't have to get them all back at once. We'll take a 12-yard hunk right there in the pass to Javion Johnson. That leaves the Streaks with a 3rd down and 13. Best thing for a 3rd and 13 is a 14-yard pickup. And the pass play to Xander Young. This young man being raved about as a coaching staff as well as just an outstanding athlete. Played some backup quarterback last year and will be the backup quarterback this year as well. When he's not playing quarterback, though, they want his athleticism on the field. Pickup of 3 and the swing pass out to Johnson. It's 2nd down and 7 on the Springfield 26. Picked up just enough yardage for a first down that time, as did Johnson. But now it's a first down on the Springfield 19-yard line. Quarterback keeper for Henlon for 4. 2nd down and 6 on the 15. Let's take another look at our North Coast Game of the Week for Matthews Ford. He's going to become a man that Henlon is just going to want to be looking for all the time. Demarion Westbrook. Pickup of 10 yards to the 5 where it's first down and goal. And now the sophomore quarterback of the Blue Streaks at the pylon, falling into the end zone for his first varsity touchdown. And I'd be willing to bet we could say first of many, many more. Henlon with good awareness as he gets to the edge. Following Parker and Aaron, just keeping that foot in and falling into the end zone for 6. This time, Sam Didion true to the mark, climaxing an 11-play, 69-yard drive using 4 minutes and 18 seconds off the scoreboard clock. And the Streaks have a lead of 13-0. That's not good until you see the kicker, the last chance at stopping a touchdown, and Sam Didion got a hand in there. Football comes out. Blue Streaks are on top of it. Jameis Fideli, another sophomore. Just again, I mean, this looks like it's going to be 6 points for Springfield, which will put him right back in the game. There's Sam right there. Getting that hand in, spinning him around, and knocking the ball loose. And Fideli right there to make the big recovery for Sandusky. So instead of Springfield with 6 on the board, the Streaks have another shot at the football. And first down from their own 34-yard line. Just like I learned in the backyard, folks. Amir Aaron will take it for 4, and then it's 3rd down and 6, and Henlon decides to do it himself. This is what this young man is capable of doing, taking a would-be pass and turning into a 22-yard pickup all the way to the Springfield 40-yard line. Another look for Matthews Ford. The outstanding run, and he just sees the field so well and picks and chooses his holes and his seams and takes it all the way to the 40. Now get ready for this play, folks. This one might hurt to even watch. Henlon for Rocco D'Amico. And, but look at the football. Firmly tucked away. And Rocco had the wind knocked out of him. This is not a dirty hit or anything like that. It's just a hard hit, and it happens just as he receives the football. How he held this ball is anybody's guess. Oh, man. I mean, it hurts to watch. Rocco, he just had the wind knocked out of me. He said, it felt like there was a concrete lump in my throat. Bill Gosser, the trainer, to make sure everything's okay. They didn't worry about, apparently no concussion involved. Streaks first down and goal on the 9. So Henlon goes back to work, and he's going to do it himself. Nice cutback, and there's your 6. That's a 5-play, 66-yard drive. With just a minute and 28 seconds, or a minute 18 seconds off the clock. Another look at Matthews Ford for the second touchdown of the ball game for Henlon. I don't think that was one of those proverbial holes a Mack truck could drive through or anything, but he just picked his way through so nicely. Now the extra point placement. And the Streaks have a 20-0 lead. 4:38 left before halftime.
Study is the only all-day gifted program.
That's Dan Pajali right there. Feeling pretty good about watching his son's team build up a 20-0 lead. And Javion Johnson go to work on defense. That's a 7-yard loss. That is senior leadership. Second down and 17. Yep, it's just worth another look for Matthews Ford. Look at Scott, quarterback, on a little slow developing play, and Johnson just totally snuffs that play off. A little help as well from Jordan Lawrence, who had a fine game in his own right. Second down and 17 from back on their 40. Eight-yard pickup on the pass play to make it a 3rd and 9. Thanks to the following businesses for their support of the North Coast Game of the Week. Good Time, Lake Erie Cruises, Skate World, Ghostly Manor, Restore Pro, BGSU Firelands College, Wake Up and Waffle, Cold Water and Company, Danny Boy's Italian Eatery, Heartland and Wilkin Custom Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 3rd down and 9. That spells trouble. It's all the way to the Blue Streak 27-yard line for a first down. And now they're down all the way to the 5-yard line. Scott hit in the backfield, spins away, but Jordan Lawrence right there to come up and make the stop. This is called Bringing the Heat, and it's brought to you by Gunlock Sheet Metal Works Incorporated. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and refrigeration. Off the play fake, Scott slowed up on the play by Braden Sarter. And that gave Jordan Lawrence and company enough time to come up and make sure that play was going nowhere. Bringing the heat for Gunlock Sheet Metal Works Incorporated on Columbus Avenue in Sandusky since 1889. 3rd down and goal at the 7-yard line. Dominic Bracey, a 6'5" senior for Springfield on the catch. And it was a pretty easy one at that. So on 3rd down and goal at the 7, Springfield cashes in for their first touchdown of the ball game, and it narrows the Blue Streak lead to 20-7. Losing the sunshine at Strobel Field as well on opening night 2022. Amir Aaron will only get the ball out to the 9-yard line. Boy, nice run by Alexander to start the drive, but unfortunately, it's not going to count. Penalty brought that back. Aaron gets him out to the 27-yard line. Good part about this drive, the Streaks had all 3 timeouts left to use in the last minute and 37 of the half. And they're going to use every timeout, every second, to try and get that touchdown back that Springfield scored a few moments earlier. Enlin on the run. Will keep it and use the sideline. Addis's buddy right there. 3rd down and 9 on the 32. Clock's just going to run down a little bit too much on the Streaks here before they get an opportunity to take it all the way to the house. But a good first half of football. Streaks with a 13-point lead at the break, 20-7. As you look at your Hail Mary to end the half. Hang on, exciting second half. There you go, atta girl. Our third quarter is up next on our North Coast Game of the Week for TW Teleproductions, and it is sponsored by Paddle and Climb in the Paddle Bar, the world-famous Paddle Bar, by the way, which is located in downtown Sandusky with that beautiful new mural on it from this year. Kind of cool because people stop by and take pictures of that and just admire them, and people take pictures of people in front of it, and that's just the fun of all of that. Streaks with a 20-7 lead as we get ready to start our second half of football. And so far, a good start for first-year head coach Lucas Pajali in his return to his alma mater. All happy faces, and that's the way we aim to keep them throughout our second half of football here tonight. As the Streaks got the football to start the game, now it's going to be Springfield, and how about that? Kind of an interesting call to start the second half as the Streaks come with an onside kick, in which Springfield covers on their own 46, and they go right to work. 7-yard pickup will make it 2nd down and 3. Procedure penalty will mark it back to 2nd down and 8. And then the defense is going to work. 3rd down and 14. And a timeout early in the second half. How lonely Charlie is on the sidelines. Long, lonesome Charlie. I'll tell you what, Charlie's been around this scene ever since I have back in the mid-'70s and still just keeps coming back for his love of high school sports. Former official in both football and basketball. On a 3rd and 14, that screen pass over the middle converts for a first down to the Blue Streak 43-yard line. Garvion Jones with a nice defensive play. They'll make this a 2nd down and 10. Watch number 9 come flying right into the picture right there with a good solid textbook hit and tackle. Our second look for Matthews Ford on East Perkins Avenue in Sandusky. Illegal substitution called against Springfield would make it a 2nd down and 15. Back in the Blue Streak 48. Well, I'll tell you what, that play was totally snuffed off. And even on the second effort, still a 1-yard loss, so it's 3rd down and 16. So despite the fact that Springfield converted on a 3rd and 14 on this drive, Streaks defense still coming up to not let them loose. Incomplete pass makes it a 4th down and 16. But it's actually going to become 4th down and 21 after a procedure call. And a punt that's going to go zipping out of bounds on the Blue Streak 37 will give the ball back to Sandusky. Signs of good business up next. Brady Signs, the Crimus Company, Noble Axes, axe throwing, Pizza House West, J Bistro, seemed like the second half would start to become infiltrated with whistles. We gotcha and you didn't see us. Oh, maybe she did. Dang. Can't put one past on Aaron Caldwell. Outstanding photographer from the Register, who actually informed me after the game that she took my picture somehow, and I'm just worried about where that thing's going to show up. Rocco D'Amico back in the game after that hellacious hit from earlier in the first half. Yeah, well, that was neatly tucked in there by Henlon on a 3rd down and 9 to convert on a 1st down for the Streaks. And the pass play to D'Amico. Not much room for the running back, Jamarian Alexander, that time. The 2nd down and 16 coming up. Henlon trying to get it back. Slides it in there for Aaron on a 7-yard pickup. It's 3rd down and 9. And that little bit of encroachment right there on the defensive side of the football by Antonio May will make it a 3rd down and 4. Much more manageable for the Streaks, but unfortunately, Springfield defense saw Henlon coming, only picks up 2. And it would be 4th down and 2. And coming up right here is what could be, very well could have been, a turning point of the game. On an attempted punt, the ball got snapped over the head of Javion Johnson, covered by the Blue Streaks, but of course they run out of downs. And Springfield will take over now deep in Blue Streak territory at the 22-yard line. There's that snap that goes over Johnson's head. He's on the chase and watch just as he goes to pick it up. Kaboom! And that's not illegal because it's a loose ball. So now the Streaks give up great field position to the Blue Devils. And you have the Blue Streak players on the sidelines chanting for the defense to step it up. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Now, personal foul call coming in here on the Blue Streaks after it looked like they had this stopped. Blow to the head would mark this one forward for Springfield. And off 2nd down and 2 to pick up a 1st down on the 10-yard line. Scott threw a nice hole that time and some deft running all the way down to the goal line. It'll be 2nd and 1 as things start getting just a little bit chippy down on the field, and that's pretty much the way it would remain for the rest of the game. Watch Scott running right. It's a nice job of spotting that hole, cuts through it, and then back against the grain. Just shy of the goal line. A second down and goal at the 1. Will Scott makes this a very interesting contest. 20-13 before the extra point placement. 1-yard run, climaxing just a 22-yard drive. It took 5 plays to get there and took 1 minute and 38 seconds off the clock. All-important extra point placement. Right down the middle. And it's a 6-point ball game at 20-14 with 2:31 left to play in quarter number 3. Jeff Walters.
Tell you what, it was fun though when the sun was out.
It's always fun when the sun's out. Signs of good business up next. Crush Wine Bar. Wendy's. Dockside Cafe. Sandusky Bay Pancake House. S&H Blinds and Floors. Cameo Pizza. Well, they tried their own onside kick, but pretty much blew it, having an offsides call, which took that strategy away, and now Aaron has to pick up a mishandled kickoff. And the Streaks will start from deep in their own end of the field again on their own 17-yard line. Jamarian Alexander is going to pick up a dozen right here, get that ball out to the 29-yard line and give the Streaks a little more room with which to operate. Here's another look for Matthews Ford. See, he's just so quick to shoot through that gap and just got tripped up, or else he had a lot more real estate in front of him. As it stands, the Streaks have the first down out on their 29-yard line. Nowhere to go for Alexander in that play, so it's second down and 11. Streaks on their own 28. Enlund stretches it out, throws it well. There's Demarion Westbrook, and he is going to the races. "72 yards. Getting the score back that they just gave up to Springfield a few moments ago, and boy, that's the way you answer. This is your play of the game, and it's brought to you by Civista Bank. Focused on you. We are focused on number 8. Watch Henlon. This is a sophomore quarterback looking left. He'll look down the middle, nothing there, so he rolls out, stretches the play, and finds Westbrook downfield. Up behind the secondary, he's a tight end, so he would have to outrun the secondary to get there, but had just enough to make it to the house. That's a happy band of Blue Streaks right there, and that's your play of the game, brought to you by Civista Bank. Sam Dinian with the extra point placement. And the Blue Streak lead is back to 13 again.
Come on. I need some.
Way to go!
Calves? Yes. What are you doing? Stand back. Yep, keep your heel down.
Bill Gosser always taking care of the Blue Streak athletes and doing a great job of it. Springfield starts from their 37-yard line, trailing again 27-14, and a procedure call will move them back 5, make it first down and 15. Third quarter ends, Streaks 27, Springfield 14. We're liking what we've seen so far, but we've still got 12 more minutes to go on our TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. Come on along for the rest of the ride. Coming up next. Our fourth quarter is sponsored by Snow Trails Winter Resort in Mansfield. Great look at the cold docks from the water of Sandusky Bay. And Snow Trails ready to bring you our fourth quarter of play with Sandusky holding a lead of 27-14. And Springfield holding on to the football with a third down coming up and 15 yards to go from their own 32-yard line. Defensive coaches taking care of things as that quarterback was under a tremendous amount of pressure. Now forced with a 4th and 15 from their own 32. Not much of a kick right there. And the Streaks are going to get it on the 48-yard line. Pass completion to Westbrook covers 8 yards, takes it to the Springfield 44, and a nice job by Henlon of keeping of composure on a low snap and finding Westbrook over the top. Damian with a nice inside move, allowing himself to pick up positive yardage to make it a 2nd down and 2 on the Springfield 44-yard line. Alexander didn't get a lot, but it didn't need a lot either. First down on the 42. Now the fun of watching a young sophomore quarterback growing into his role. 17-yard pickup by Henlon. It's first down on the Springfield 25. Another look for Matthews Ford. Blocking downfield. First down on the 25-yard line. And now all sorts of pressure on Henlon. Not much to do there, but eat the football for a 12-yard loss. It's back on the 37-yard line. Starting to get it right back, though. 15-yard pickup on the pass play to Amir Aaron. Then Landon Parker. Parker would pick up about 6 more to make it a 4th down and 3 on the 20-yard line of Springfield. Big play in this football game right here. And the ball overthrown for Xander Young in the end zone. So Springfield still alive in this game. Down by 2 scores. They come right back. And look at the defensive coverage downfield by Kanye Peak. That's Xander Young. Xander Young with the interception. And look at 2 Springfield players down with apparent cramping issues. This really turns the momentum back in the favor of the Streaks. Boy, Young with a nice job of hopping in front of that route and returning it all the way to the 15. And Young says, "You're going to get me out of bounds. You're going to suffer the consequences." From the 15-yard line now, the Blue Streaks with the first down. It's Alexander with the 12 after a pickup of 3. Parker to the 5. And then Alexander. Starting to celebrate with 5:47 left to go. A 5-yard touchdown run off a first and goal. I think that signifies happiness for James Peugeot. Twin running back set, flanking the quarterback. And it's going to be Alexander following Landon Parker. Left side, right into the end zone. Neat little 5-yard jaunt for the score with 5:47 to go. Streaks lead at 32-14. I should have said 33-14. That's an extra point that would be unsuccessful. So there's your Civista Bank scoreboard with the Blue Streaks holding a 19-point edge. And Springfield with the ball back. Yeah, we had encroachment, we had procedure, we traded 5-yard penalties, and then right back up where we started on 1st and 10. There's the pains of the head coach, first year of a very young football team, and to make sure his team doesn't lose momentum here late in the game. Defense still playing inspired football. Kanye Peak really has had a great second half in this game. Sometimes Will Scott just wings that football. That time, a nicely thrown ball right to the corner of the end zone where it's caught for a score by number 11, Demario Harris Lloyd, a 6'3", 170-pound junior. And in that back corner of the end zone, to cover 15 yards. And the worst part of that was it all came on a 4th down and 13. So now we stand at 2 minutes and 21 seconds left to play. And Sandusky has a lead of 33-21. Jamarian Alexander. This is really cool when this works. A lot of times it backfires. Yeah, the whole play is designed to run left. If you can beat the defense back to the other side of the field, you can get a lot of running room sometimes. And Alexander does that right here. Turns nothing into a 30-yard gain. And that one is all the way down to the 10-yard line of Springfield, where it's 1st down and goal for Sandusky. There goes Alexander again, and there is Jamarian Alexander in the end zone to answer the Blue Devils right back again to make it 39-21. Just a very quick 2-play drive to cover 40 yards. And for Matthews Ford, we'll watch Jamarian Alexander running left side. picking and choosing his little seams, the little holes along the way, and then breaking it outside into the end zone for 6. And the Blue Streaks restore their comfortable margin with just 1 minute and 34 seconds left to play. Gideon's extra point placement makes it 40-21. And they're just going to roll this football along the ground to make sure they don't have another long run back against them. Well, that's open field style, and that is Jordan Lawrence. Once again, coming up with a big play for the Blue Streaks. Simply want to make sure there's no big run back right there. And there you can see Lawrence, Westbrook right behind him in case he had gotten by. The Springfield starts from their 29-yard line. The defensive pressure again put on by Lawrence, causing that pass to just float harmlessly to the ground. Procedure call will make it 1st and 15 on the 36. Raspberry? Tutti Frutti? Sack? And that's pretty much going to wind things down. Brandon Slater with the big quarterback sack, and the Streaks can begin their celebration of the season-opening win in the first game for head coach Lucas Pajali. In his reign as Blue Streaks head coach, hopefully the first of many, many more victories. SBC Pancake House, your featured player of the week.
For me, being a Blue Streak is one of the best feelings in the world. The culture here is very nice. The tradition is very, very good. And we have a lot of nice people who really take us under their wing and really understand us.
Hey, move it in.
For tonight's game, I feel like it's going to be a good one. I got a lot of young guys on my team, but I feel like if we do everything we can, today we'll end up victorious. For me, I bring my strong leadership and senior, me being a vet. I've been here for a long time, and I really understand the game, and I feel like we can do some good things this year.
That's your featured player of the week for Sandusky Bay Pancake House since 1966. Demarion Westbrook. Well, that's game one for our 2022 season of TW Teleproductions North Coast Game of the Week. Next week, another good one for you, Elyria Catholic at Perkins, when we meet again on the North Coast Game of the Week. Until then, folks, don't stop rolling.